What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz podcast. We're back with the boxing, breaking down Bud versus Israil for the interim WBO super middleweight, or super welterweight, and the actual WBA super welterweight title going down for this fight. Eddie Hearn, Bud, they've been getting into it. I don't know if y'all saw the clips, but it's just been a little entertaining. But as always, go down and like and subscribe. Comment your thoughts on this whole main card because we're going to talk all the fights on the main card. But as always, I'm Paul. Pick a win, Concha, and I'm joined with.
Going on, fellas? It's your boy Marcus PT Penley. You know what it is.
Your boy Southpaw's Run Boxing, aka the Gator boy.
Yes, sir. It's been a minute since us three have hopped on a fucking pod together, but I mean,
it's been a few weeks.
Big fight.
Was it before the trip?
Probably, yeah, because we didn't.
Yeah, because I don't know if we ever did. We never even touched the core low key, like after.
Yeah. No need.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, unless but the Crybaby tour he's been on.
Nah, that shit was funny though when he went on Twitter like nonstop after that shit.
He came at Mason Cameron, bro. Mason Cameron.
I watch them every single morning. You don't come at them. You're not gonna beat them in shit talk. Like they're legends.
You got Jay Prince involved. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna stick up for all Shakur. They said, even Mason's one-on-one with the camera. Is like, if you're 60 years old, are you still trying to be a thug? You failed.
You failed.
Yeah, you failed.
The way he talks is so funny because he's like so calm and mellow with it too.
He's being a preacher. You're not beating them, and don't grab the mic and try to beat Mason Cameron, bro.
That shit is funny as fuck.
And they gonna drop a diss track on them. And there's nothing Shakur can do.
And they might bring strippers in the joint and just throw some money up, right? They really they wild. But yeah, speaking of big homies, we got the big homie himself, Bud, this weekend. Terence Crawford. We had to come. We know we wasn't missing this card. I mean, shout out Riyadh season. They keep fucking outdoing it. Like,
what's his name? Turkish?
What's up?
What's the guy's name again?
Israil Madrimov?
No. The guy that be paying.
You talking about the corrupt guy? Yeah, Turkish. He has like a lot of fraud allegations.
He's the fucking GOAT.
Hey.
Yeah, until that lawsuit comes, yeah, he's the GOAT for now.
The moment they want to make their own boxing league, it's up because they're gonna be giving guaranteed money to fighters. Oh, $1 million signing bonus to come join the Radivoje season roster. Like
that top rank card is gonna be like the first step to it. You seen him and Bob linked up for like a top rank card over there.
They're gonna have Bob with the fucking hat gear on, bro. They're gonna be. We're gonna have all the money, Bob. All the money.
Unlimited. That's unlimited Saudi money. You know what I'm saying? They're already talking about making a basketball league and stuff out there. That's like there's too much money for it not to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, he's gonna make a big offer to Canelo. Like imagine he just Canelo 200 mil for Benavidez because they got unlimited money over there. How can he say no?
They took over golf. Like that was such like a PGA was a time-honored tradition, and they came in. They put speakers on the motherfucking courses, had the music blaring. How much money for Phil? 50 million signing bonus. Fuck it, bring over Phil. Yeah, bring over. They're not gonna fucking like all the corruption, all the fights we want to see are gonna get made if they stay involved. Like how would they? Like look at this card. Like we got Pitbull versus Oriol for the co-main event. Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Jarrell Miller. David Morrell, the first four fights right there, all four of those guys are coming off a main event. They weren't fucking down the list of the fight card. And Andy Cruz, Jared Big Baby Anderson, shout out Big Baby, met him down there at the TO fight. Like, these are all main eventers, and they're all on the same card. People have been hyping up this card for good reason, but yeah, like, the Saudis got the money. This is good for boxing, and I can't wait for these motherfuckers to kind of become the sole face of boxing. Not the sole face, but like our roster is so deep that we can. You want Tank versus Shakur next year? Bet it's made. Like that shit's inching closer and closer.
But
yeah, I like it. And I like how they're also coming to the U.S. That was like the biggest kind of thing that people didn't want. Like all those fights are kind of in the other world with the boring crowds. But he showed with this fight that's in L.A. Or it's L.A., right? Or Vegas?
Yeah, this is in L.A., bro.
It's LA, so he's shown we can make events in America too. Bring those hometown crowds to get him super exciting. So this is really good.
Moran gonna go?
No, he's an Olympic.
Oh fuck, never mind. He got the Olympics going. Fuck.
He went to Tank, Tank versus Cruz.
Any like Hollywood stars are popping out because when they over there, we get like
for sure.
We get like Ronaldo, we get like Ali, Tyson. You know, they always bring the boxers. But I'm talking about like fucking. Are we gonna see some real A-listers like fucking?
Oh yeah,
DiCaprio fucking type shit.
1,000% we're gonna see some actors, A-list celebrities because you gotta think they're also paying for the celebrities to be there too.
Yeah,
you know, and it's in LA. They don't even
Michael B. Jordan. That boy's gonna be there. Probably for Creed and shit.
It's gonna be hella LA influencers, Hollywood. It's gonna be exciting. There's gonna be a lot of. This is the first time Terence Crawford is gonna be fighting. You know, well, not the first time, but like have like a bunch of A-list celebrities pulling up to this fight, and it's gonna be exciting because he's an exciting boxer.
And then we're gonna have celebs there. Any crazy ring walks?
Isn't Eminem coming back?
I don't know. That's all I want. Is it M or is it Slim?
It could be Slim now.
I've been seeing both of them on my timeline.
Yeah, it could be Slim. I think it is I think I've seen that.
I think no. He's gonna walk out of Kendrick. Watch, because it's in LA. He name dropped him
he could be Kendrick.
in that song. Imagine he walked out of not like a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's in LA.
That would be tough.
It's almost because he also talked about it on the I don't know if you watched the Logan Paul podcast, but Crawford was on the last episode, and he was talking about how how special it was that Kendrick name dropped him in a song. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick walked him out.
Man, they're not in the Staples Center, but they're in like the BMO Stadium or some shit. I don't know. They're in a stadium. That's all I know. They filling that bitch out.
That shit gonna be jumping for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump into these fights then. Let's start off with Cuban national gold Olympian champion Andy Cruz, 5th professional fight here, taking on Antonio Moran. Been around the corner. Moran 36-1, Mexican. You know he got that chin on him. How are we feeling about this Andy Cruz? Is he? I mean, they first couple of fights I think were decisions, and he started turning the punches over. And people were saying he weren't that exciting, so he started knocking motherfuckers out. Or does Andy Cruz is another stepping stone in his career, or is there gonna be some stall? This is a 10-rounder. This is a 10-round. I don't know if he's been doing 10-rounders, but I know this is a 10-rounder.
It's gonna be a stepping stone. He's just gonna keep getting better and looking good, and it's oh my god, it's eventually gonna build up to that Keyshawn Davis fight. And like, I'll be honest with you, it depends how he performs, but I'm kind of leaning towards Andy Cruz in that future matchup because the guy can box his nuts off. He has some good conditioning. He has some really good angles. You know what I'm saying? He can take those long, good angles. He's a perfect Cuban. He mastered that Cuban style. And now there's power behind his punches. Like, Keyshawn has to hurry up and take that fight. It's gonna be too late.
He's going to IBF route because this is the IBF International Lightweight title on the line here.
Ooh,
damn. Shit, I'm curious to see what that boy Andy's gonna do, man.
Who's the IBF champ?
I was just thinking that in my head. Who is that? What Loma won? Is Loma the IBF champ?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because he beat Kambosos for it.
Loma versus actually, no, Loma wouldn't take that fight.
Yeah, Loma focusing on himself right now.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Probably.
I don't see Andy Cruz, man. All these people keep talking about the Keyshawn, Andy shit. So, but I do want it to season out a little bit more. I don't think they should try to rush into that.
Rush it.
That fight should be for a belt, especially with the history behind it. So, and Keyshawn is coming off one of his best performances, in my opinion. So, I mean, I'm definitely curious to see what Cruz is going to do.
Yeah, and I just need more Eddie Hearn in the ring after the fights for Andy Cruz because that shit's only building the style. You don't need to talk on the mics. Keep handing that shit to Eddie after you knock out your opponent.
Yeah, that boy know how to sell.
I don't even know if he talks English or speaks English.
He probably does. I'm gonna be honest. He probably does at this point. He'd be up there. He'd be up north practicing too. Then we got a Big Baby Anderson in a 50-50 fight, and what the odds makers see it against Moran Bakole. 20-1 vet. He hasn't lost in fucking 5-6 years. He's been winning shit, knocking shit out mostly. And Jared Anderson, I mean, unanimous decision in his last fight, knockout after that, but everyone keeps bringing up the Charles Martin fight. That Charles Martin fight was his homecoming fight, his first step in the big leagues, and Charles Moran was kind of old, and not kind of old. He is old, and it was a close fight through and through. Getting hit, getting tagged up by Big Boy, and Bakole's got the pop. Bakole's not that old. Like this is an odds maker. Like I said, minus 190 for Big Baby, plus 150 or 160 for Bakole. This is as close as it gets in boxing. Top rank, I guess, is a sink or swim at this point. All right, we can't keep giving you trash cans. We see all the gold chains you be popping out with. It's time to earn them motherfuckers. Like, you gotta go win.
Yeah, I think he's gonna want to make a statement. And for the Charles Martin fight, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna have that off fight. I think he got too pressured to perform against his hometown crowd, but I think he's gonna come out and make a statement, get it, you know what I'm saying, get all the disrespect out of his system, and hopefully this can line him up for a title fight.
Yeah, really the same thing for real.
Yeah, I mean, so many times we keep saying the same stuff for Big Baby. It's you gotta look good. You gotta look good, right? You can't just win. You gotta prove points when you win.
Yeah, facts.
Because he's kind of, I mean, when we started the pod, he was like, we had our heavyweight Tyson Fury, Usyk, Joshua. Like that was our three. Wilder was still.
Now it's trying to open up more.
And Big Baby was like pulling down that 5 for us. We're like, Zhang and Big Baby were like, that's a close fight. Now it's kind of looking like Big Baby's slowly falling down. I feel like that ladder for us.
Yeah, the heavyweight division is gonna open up soon though.
And then our WBA regular lightweight title challenger. Here we go, David Morrell. People saying Benavidez went up to 175. David Morrell said, "I'm gonna follow you up there." And he's going for the WBA regular belt here against. I'm gonna say his name one time. Radivoje, Kalajdzic, 29-2, a natural.
Is that 175?
Yeah, 175.
Yeah.
Canelo's holding up the line.
Chasing David.
Yeah, he's been holding up the line. So as it went, Benavidez said, "All right, I'm gonna go fight someone at 175." Benavidez had a 3-fight. He came on podcast saying, "I have a 3-fight deal. It's going to be Charlo, it's going to be Plant, and then Morrell." He did 2 of the 3. He never fought Morrell. So then when he went to 175, Morrell said, "I'm going to 175." And this all kind of makes sense on why Benavidez has kind of been stalling these past few weeks on if he's staying at 175 or going back to 168. Because he kind of wants to see what's up with Canelo, who's now going to be busy with Berlanga. And if if he wins this fight and takes the title, if he stays at 175, people are saying Benavidez don't want to fight him. He might just go back to 168 and try to get that Canelo fight set up. But if Morrell post this fight decides he's going back to 168, he's going to say, "Oh, I'll take the winner of Beterbiev and B-ball" type shit. Like that's what's going on with David Morrell, David Benavidez, Canelo love triangle that everyone keeps talking, that keeps getting mentioned. But that's why Morrell's at 175 now, fighting for a regular title.
Bro, David's been hawking him down. The real David's been hawking him down for 2 years. Down for 2 years. Benavidez just been running and trying to ignore it, but he's coming. He's coming for you. He's following him up in his weight class. He has to he has to hold his word to that 3rd fight, but he knows Morrell is gonna cook him. He knows it. David Morrell, he's the truth. He's that guy. He has the range, the punching power, the Cuban perfect southpaw style. He's just gonna keep coming at you. He's gonna put on a performance. He's obviously gonna call Benavidez, and honestly. Hey, I thought
He's fighting, nicknamed Hot Rod. Hot Rod fights out of St. Pete, Florida. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to throw that out there, too.
Man.
Oh, Florida boy? Okay.
727.
He probably coming out of Keith Thurman's gym.
Probably. I just know. Jit's from Bosnia or something. Like he's from Europe. Yeah, he's from like Bosnia, but he fights out of St. Pete, Florida.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Morrell's been hunting, man. He's a hunter. He's gonna catch him. He's gonna catch the monster, the Mexican monster. He's gonna catch him.
This will be the time to do it. Big stage too.
Yeah, he's on the main card. On a big his co-main events and main events were like not filling out nothing. This is gonna be filled out. He's gonna have to.
There's gonna be some eyes on here, and he can talk his shit afterwards.
He probably is. I got the knockout as well. That's my bet for this one. Is him just knockout. I mean, he's yet to, I think, see a decision. This is a 12-rounder, and I don't think anyone's gonna be able to withstand David Morrell for 12 rounds.
That tricky southpaw shit.
I forgot what it was. Put that dude in the hospital. Just beating him down.
He's different. I love Benavidez, but David Morrell's is genetically different. Then we have Andy Ruiz Jr. taking on Jarrell Miller, 26-1-1. It's a fun fight. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. This fight could go either way. Because Andy Ruiz, we saw when he fought Luis Ortiz, it was like he dropped Luis Ortiz 3 times. Luis Ortiz dropped him twice. Like, there was a fucking slugfest war. And Jarrell Miller is somebody who has pop in his hand as well. It's just, are we getting Jarrell Miller that's 350 fucking pounds? Or are we getting Jarrell Miller coming in normal weight class? Because that last fight he came in, he was like 300 pounds. It came in at like the maximum you could come in at heavyweight.
That's crazy. Same thing with Andy, though. Is he going to be in shape, too?
Yeah, that's another big question. How serious is Andy?
That could be a slugfest.
It probably is. They know what they're doing when they're making these fights. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what. I'm going to peep the odds real quick because Andy Ruiz is probably going to be the favorite. Yeah, minus 350, Miller plus 270. But the bodies are going to get dropped.
For sure.
Yeah. This is a good one.
I'm going Andy.
Yeah, I'm going to Andy too because Jarrell Miller, he's super old. Like I don't know how old he is, but he's a super old. And Andy isn't the youngest, but he's younger and fresher. And Andy Ruiz, he's really fast for a heavyweight. His size and build, he has some really fast hands.
Yeah. He fights his hands are like middleweight speed.
Isn't Andy like on the Ozempic too? Isn't that boy like skinny Andy Ruiz right now?
I mean, I always say, bro, I be seeing some fake ass pictures of bro. They be like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. He be looking like T Grizzly when I see him sometimes.
Yeah.
I know the pictures when they make his legs super small.
Yeah, like I'm like, bro, where are these edited ass pictures coming from, bro? And then he be looking in shape sometimes, but not like that, man.
I was like,
yeah, you know what it is? It's like when he like, it's weird because like when he's like getting closer to the fight camp, like when he used to train at Canelo's gym, he would get super slim like 2 weeks before the fight. Then as soon as he weighs in, he's back to like this gulp.
Yeah,
he should have stayed with Canelo.
Get that horse meat in him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I agree. I think he should win this fight. He's a lot faster than Jarrell Miller. He's just a better boxer than Jarrell Miller. But like, if Andy Ruiz gets dropped once or twice, like if Andy Ruiz just kind of gives up, I wouldn't be shocked Jarrell Miller wins this fight because like Jarrell Miller is gonna land, and Jarrell Miller hits hard as fuck, and it's like if Andy Ruiz just doesn't have that like championship mentality anymore, and he's kind of just here for the paycheck, I wouldn't be shocked if he's just like, all right, like you know, one of the people that's called a day after getting dropped a couple times.
Yeah, I think Andy's tough though. He came back from getting dropped.
Andy's been dropped a few times. He came back.
It is heavyweight.
Like, ever since he won that belt and got fat, I was just always questioning his mental fortitude.
Yeah, that second Joshua fight was horrible.
It's like you didn't have like I just need to know like mentally, are you fully committed into this? Then we have somebody who I think two fighters who I think are fully committed here. We got Pitbull Cruz taking on Jose Valenzuela, El Rayo. A lot of people know him as. This for the WBA super lightweight title. Both guys got popped. Jose Valenzuela has been stopped before by Edwin Dos Santos. He got robbed when he fought Chris Colbert. They rematched. He cleaned that shit up. Just fucking dismantled Colbert. Did a little mini Lomachenko on him also. Like he was dancing in the ring against him. It was bad. Odds got Pitbull, pretty big favorite, minus 500. El Rayo plus 350. My personal opinion, I think it should be a lot closer. Maybe it's because Pitbull, El Rayo's been dropped before, has been hurt before, has been knocked out before, and Pitbull does carry that power. But I'm going to give my personal take on this fight. I think it's knockout or bust for Pitbull. I don't think he just has a style that charges forward a lot, which allows the other guy to attack you. And he is gonna land big shots, especially body shots with his little high guard, head under, fucking hunting the body hooks and shit. Like, he's gonna land big shots. And the difference between Pitbull and Dos Los Santos is Dos Los Santos can throw a 4-5 combo with power, whereas Pitbull is more of a charge forward, throw hook. Like, he's just not he's not connecting all his punches together. And I think El Rayo as a plus 350 underdog is pretty good odds because I think he's going to be winning a lot of these rounds. And it's if he can keep up with the punishment his body's going to take for the second half of the round. The second half of the fight, I mean. Because the second half of the fight, I think all the hooks that Pitbull's going to land to the bodies and start adding up, he might score a late knockdown and stuff. Like, I think it's going to be a really interesting fight. But if you had to make me pick, I'm going with El Rayo split decision in a very close fight this Saturday. Just because I think he's going to win more of the early rounds with his work and the footwork he showed in his last fight. Again, I know we shit on Chris Colbert and all of that. He deserves, rightfully so, for the big mouthy guy and everything he does. But he is still a skilled boxer. He's still very good. Not very, very good, but he's still one of the medium to good fighters. And O'Reilly went in there and just dismantled him like it was nothing. Like, it was like he was just dancing on him. And I think Pitbull's somebody who you can dance on.
This is a very, very, very 50-50 fight. This is great matchmaking from Top Rank. This is a perfect. I really like this fight. I was high on El Rayo for years, and he lost that De Los Santos fight. Then but I'm be honest. I think I'm also gonna give it to El Rayo because let's just look at the height difference. Pitbull's like 5'3", Rayo's 5'10". You know what I'm saying? He has a longer reach. He's just bigger. He's stronger. And he's like a really good fluid boxer. Like, he can throw flurries. He can do angles. He has some pretty good defense. You know what I'm saying? He pieced up Colbert twice. They robbed him the first time. The second time, he just dismantled him. So he can really box. I really do think it could I think it could slowly, as the rounds go on, become like a one-sided beatdown. But the issue is, I don't know how his chin is gonna hang with Pitbull Cruz's power for 12 rounds. But this is Pitbull Cruz's first time at 140, so we'll see if that power translate up there. But I'm taking El Rayo by unanimous decision, unless they rob Pitbull because they might want that Tank fight. But I'm being honest, I think Tank even fights the winner of this fight, El Rayo. So give me El Rayo.
Shit. I guess I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go with Pitbull, man. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a close-ass fight. It is going to be questionable to see him moving up to 140. But, I mean, hit that pressure. I feel like he could keep himself in the fight. And, it's going to definitely go to decision, I think. But he's going to be keeping that pressure. But it's going to be an interesting fight, man.
Motherfucker's a dog. Like, Pitbull, like, that's the most perfect.
The way he fights is crazy.
He's just, like, if you were to show somebody, like, how far, like, hard work and just, like, a heart of the game could take you, I would show him, like, a Pitbull Cruz highlight. Like, that, to me, is somebody I think I was like, do you think he's the most talented boxer? Especially at this premier divisions that he fights at. It's like, no, he doesn't have the best footwork. He doesn't have the best combination, not the fastest hands. Does have good power, though. But he can go in the ring with any of these top guys and give them a run for their fucking money in any day of the week. And it's just like hard work, a chin, and like dedication and like this fucking unrelentlessness. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get hit, but I'm gonna keep coming forward. Like the thing coaches would probably tell their fighters, like, you're gonna get hit, but you need to get inside because that's the only way you're gonna win is if you get on the inside. And Pitbull's like the fucking.
And he's so short too. I know that gives people problems.
He hopped off the couch on 2 week notice. Gave Tank the toughest fight of his career. Like, he's been like a dog. He's gonna come for everything. And they were actually it's funny because a year ago they were actually accusing Pitbull of ducking this Al-Rab guy.
Yeah,
because you're calling him out. And Pitbull was kind of like, I don't know what it is.
Bigger guy at your own weight class, like the fucking cojones.
That's just some serious balls. So huge credit for him taking this fight. And I really like this might be the most exciting fight in the card, to be honest with you.
And then that leads us into the main event. Bud Crawford taking on Israil Madrimov. 10-0-1 versus 40-0. 2 belts on the line. You got the interim WBO super welterweight, and you got the WBA super welterweight title. This is the odds are going to put it, I think Bud is what? -600 plus 420 for Israil. Pretty close odds compared to like Bud's previous opponents outside of Earl Spence. Bud has usually came in as like a pretty big favorite. So the odds makers are giving Israil his credit. A lot of the low-key boxers that know, like, to pay attention to things outside of this major fights are giving Israil credit. Like, this isn't just some slouch at 154, like a tune-up fight to get you ready for some of the bigger names at 154. Like, nah, like Israil, somebody who not a lot of people wanted to fight at within 154. And Bud said, all right, like, you're willing, you have a belt and you're willing to fight me? Let's fight.
This is the boogeyman, and this is the mini Triple G. His sharp jab, his constant attack to the body, his good cardio and pace, man. Bud's in for a rough one, man. Like, I personally don't see Bud coming out with the belt after this fight ends, unless they rob him on the scorecards. But if it does go to the distance, man, like I just don't see Bud outboxing Israil Madrimov for 12 whole rounds, because you gotta think, you have to win that. He would have to at least win 7 rounds to win. I don't think he could box with him for 7 rounds.
Mark, you're the big Bud in the air.
But after this weekend, my boy Bud will take his rightfully spot at #1 pound for pound in the world. Now, he would have held that title if he would have fought a little bit more. But he's hands down the best fighter in the world, bro. And this is going to be a tough test at super welterweight. But, I mean, I'm curious to see how he comes out against, bro, since, with the jab, the power, the movement. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. But I don't think Bud's KO streak's going to go away, man. I think he lives it on. He's going to get a late round stoppage. And it might be a tough, like, first 7-6 rounds. It could be a little questionable. But I think he's eventually going to break him down, bro. And I feel like he's going to be able to stop him. Because Bud's just too different, bro. He's going to hit him for sure.
This fight for me was close. But the body language of Bud leading into this fight kind of sold me on, like, yeah, this man, it's not that he's looking past Israil, but he's kind of like in that Mayweather era where, like, it didn't matter who you put in front of Mayweather. He just carried him a certain way where you're just like, this man, he's not worried about the person. Like, he's so confident in his skills. It's not that he's discrediting the guy across from him. It's just he's worked so hard to get to the point where he's at that that guy across from him is not going to beat him. It's just simple. And that's where Bud is in that era for me at this point. Like, I don't know, the Canelo fight in the future, yeah, we can talk about weight classes and all that, but then it's like skill for skill, speed, all that. Like, Bud is Bud. Like, there is no one I think that's outclassing him. Like, anyway, Usyk, these are 2 guys that also deserve having that same class tier. Like, there's, like we do tier lists and shit. There's the D's, the C's, the B's, the A's. And then there's that select S tier. And the S tier is only for the people that deserve it. And that's where Bud is right now. And I'm not saying Israil isn't a top tier fighter, especially at 154. No one wants to fight him. This will be a good question mark because it is a big jump from 147 to 154. That's 7 pounds, especially when you start off in the lower weight classes. We're going to see how that power, especially for someone who has an 8-year KO streak, we're going to see if that power, even if he doesn't get the knockout, do you have the power to hurt? Are you wobbling him? Are you dropping him? That's gonna be the question marks that I want to see. I got him by decision. I think this is where the KO streak does come to an end, and it's mainly because I think Israil is so fundamentally sound that the first few rounds are going to be kind of like a slow. Like, I just think you just might
I can see
a lot
that.
of jabs. We just might see a lot of jabs and feeling it out for the first few rounds because I think Bud's going to respect Israil. And Israil knows who the fuck Bud Crawford is. There is no doubt there's no question in that. So I think it's gonna be a decision win. First decision in like 8 years it was since like Victor Pascal. So give me Bud here. Unanimous decision though. I think he's gonna win like 8-4.
I think Bud's low-key in his prime, even though he's like up there in age. I think this is his best peak powers right now is Bud. Like you seen what he was doing to Spence? Those just a simple jab was a power punch. This man was shooting shotguns with a jab.
He hit the
I think
hyperbolic time chamber.
his power is like the highest I've ever seen it at. And I mean, I feel like that's gonna help him carry it to the higher classes. And I hope, fuck the David fight. I want to see Canelo versus Crawford, Cinco de Mayo 2025.
Me too.
It's so crazy how that's like entered the chat on like.
I know it's gonna happen though.
Opponents.
That shit's crazy, bro. I mean, it's gonna be, man. I hope it happens though, because I think that's the fight to make. Fuck that David shit. I want to see Bud versus Canelo, two of the all-time greats of this generation. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah, after he fights the Puerto Rican Jake Paul, who else is there for him to fight? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no one else.
Ain't nothing left.
I still do think the David fight could be on the table, but I mean, I would personally like to see the Bud versus Canelo. I think that would be so interesting. The styles, the build up, the resumes, the what would be on the line if one of those took an L. That would just be crazy. Well, I mean, Canelo already took L's, but still.
But we got this fight this weekend with Israil. I think that's gonna be a good one. And then if he does win this fight, it does set up. If the Canelo fight's not on the table, it does still like Fundora. I know Fundora Tenzu rematch is still lingering, but I don't know how long that's gonna linger if a Bud fight's on the table. I don't know. Charlo, ever since he went to jail, I haven't kept up with what's up with him and his belt, so I'm not too sure.
That boy Charlo fried.
Yeah, I don't know what they're on. I think
I know one of them posted that they're coming back soon. I think it was drunk. I don't think it was the one that was in jail.
Yeah, people are gonna be pissed when it's Jamal Charlo versus Canelo. It's Cinco de Mayo 2025.
Shit, obviously. But man, I mean, anything last thoughts on this? I mean, it's a stacked ass card.
Yeah, it's one of the best cards we've seen, bro. That shit you can be tuned in from the beginning and be entertained all the way to the end. That's just gonna be fight after fight. It's like some UFC shit for real. You don't get that too much in boxing.
History's gonna be made this weekend, one way or another. History's gonna be made.
And these are the stepping stones for the future of boxing, where they make more cards like this and more guys willing to not be main eventing their own.
That Saudi boxing.
Like, we don't want to see you main event in your hometown, bro, in front of like 2,500 people type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, put all these big names on one card and constantly do that.
Make
that
it
shit would
worth
grow.
the $80 pay-per-view. And I guarantee you that shit is going to correlate. It will correlate.
For sure, especially this one. Like, you got the heavyweight fights, you got prospect, you really got it all.
And not even like this card already delivers, but just imagine we would also had Zoo versus Virgil Ortiz on this card.
That, man, I'm so blood we didn't get that because that would have been a slug fest. Them boys would have fucking put a hole in each other.
It would have been, and the fact that like it's all through Saudi. I know we didn't get Virgil Ortiz, but like imagine we would have had the Prince would have had Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya sitting in attendance and grabbing the mic after both of their fighters have fought. You know, like the fact that all these promoters are fucking in cahoots now. Finally, all it took was that money.
That boy Turk.
But we appreciate everybody for watching. We'll be back on the recap because this is a great ass card. Again, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment your picks, your bets, your parlays. I'm Paul Pick and Win 'em with Marcus Primetime Penley, who is coming out on a sick day. Y'all don't know that boy's been sick all week.
Like MJ.
And then our boy down there, the hater of the year, Southpaw Run Boxing, Gator Boy himself. But if y'all didn't know, now y'all know, motherfuckers.